All right, what's going on, people? All right, some of you used Piskel before, some of you have not. I love it because it's a fun little sprite animator. You can kind of bring anything to life here. I'm going to give you a quick tour here. For those of you who haven't used it before, those who have, might be a nice little refresher here. Down here, they got some cool, quick little animations. You can kind of click on these to kind of see how many slides kind of went into kind of creating this animation. So here's this Mega Man one. You can kind of speed up the animation here. And so you can kind of see this one is just like these three little animations here. You can kind of see them blinking here. Let's pop this out here. So here's our preview of like what this would look like. You can kind of slow down the speed and kind of see what the difference is on this preview here. All right, so one way to kind of play around. So simple Mega Man pixel art brought to life here. All right, so when we sign in, I want to sign in with our Google account. Let's load in here. All right, as I sign in here, what you want to do, you want to go to Create Sprite. All right, now the onion is, some of you might want to have it on if you're kind of drawing frame by frame. So you can kind of click this to turn it off and on. So for an example, if I just did like a black little square and I have my onion on just like this, and once I add it, I can kind of see maybe I want to build on to like that picture just like this. All right, just like that. All right, here's our eraser tool. I'm just going to delete these slides here and I'll erase those. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. All right, so when you go to your settings, so the first thing you want to kind of figure out, like, how detailed do you want your kind of frame here. So if you want to kind of like make it a little bigger, you can just kind of double the sizes, or you can do a custom size here and then hit resize, and you'll kind of see like the difference of sizes on your pixel art here. So you can kind of see much more smaller, much more detailed. All right, so I added a new frame. Let's just double that to 128. I can go to my settings and go right here. And let's just double this to 128, where you can kind of get really detailed so you can kind of see how small that gets as you kind of move up there. So again, I'm going to delete this one right here, and then I will erase this right here. All right, so play around with your settings as you kind of go through here to kind of play around with that. You can turn your onion on and off just by kind of clicking that there. If you want to work with layers, so like when you try to move one thing, you can turn your layers on and kind of add that. These ones, you can kind of rotate things and kind of move things. You can clone things in your layers as well. So an example, so if I just did a little circle here, and that might not help, so you can hit this transform button. It'll kind of match right there. If you want to like turn it around, click on this button here. If you want to clone this, you can clone it. All right, and then this is like if you want to put your image in the center, you kind of see it pops up there. So if you want to center your pictures there. All right, palettes. I don't really mess around with the palettes here. This is kind of like your colors that you're using. It'll save your colors in there, so it's kind of good to kind of go back and kind of see that. All right, so right here, if you want to kind of play around with these different here, so you can kind of choose your background, how it's clear, and kind of go from there. Again, this is where we're going to resize the size of our pixel art. And this is what it kind of defaults to, 32 by 32. This is where we're going to kind of save our work. So when you're ready to save it, we're going to download it, which is going to be in this one right here. So you want to download this as a GIF. Make sure it's on GIF because we want to see that kind of moving right there. So hit download, and then that will download right to your Google Drive there, and that's the file you'll turn in there. All right, as we kind of move over here, I'm just going to go to a new frame here. And so here is our duplicate button. So if you want to duplicate something and kind of move it, the hand tool is key. If you create something and you're kind of trying to get that movement going here. So if I'm going to duplicate this, I love this hand tool that you kind of move. So over here, you can kind of see what my animation is there. Not very exciting, but these are key factors here as you're kind of going through and duplicating slides to bring your animation to life there. All right, I'm going to delete these. Boom, bing, bada boom. All right, so now